Hello, and welcome to Stasis Pod, the Transformers, Robots in Disguise, and Rescue Bots podcast.
Crossover time!
Forgot what podcast? Oh yeah, because
that's right. That's right.
Duty Sword episode. Yeah.
Crossover time.
You're not seeing the webs within the webs.
Yeah.
I'm Rob.
I'm Jen.
And I'm an invited guest, I would hope. Am I allowed into your home? I'm not a vampire.
Well, I guess in our aren't our podcast listeners all really inviting us into their homes in a way, or their cars?
Ooh, wait a minute. Oh, that'd be a good thing. Ooh, vampire using podcasts to get into people's houses.
Tricky.
Damn right. Ah,
Now, can a podcast?
I need to make a
now.
note about that.
Are vampires also caught on audio, or is it just video that doesn't capture them?
It's probably just video, which has also been a weird thing. It's like mirrors. The mirror thing was because like mirrors were backed by silver,
Right.
and like the reflective silver wouldn't get them. So I've always been confused why like film doesn't get. Well, I guess like original film plates were like silver nitrate
right, yes.
or something.
So that made sense, but
Yeah.
presumably they show
It
up
made
on
sense
digital.
in pictures.
I just want you all to picture me sitting here in the background, vibrating, trying to suppress the need to talk about Asterion for Baldur's Gate 3.
I should have that by the middle of the week.
Good! Join
Hopefully
us.
by I think Wednesday.
Not that I've been playing lately because I've started designating my gaming time as fanfic time.
I might stream it on Twitch, maybe, or
Do it.
well, we might be streaming. Well, some of us, because we might be playing as a group in a little side thing.
Cool.
But that's not for people to see. That's just us having fun. But maybe I'll stream my regular thing on
Do
Twitch.
it. Fuck the bear.
Fuck the bear. I have bears nearby. That's not an idea.
The show about the restaurant?
Oh, no, I haven't watched that either. I've seen trailers for that. But anyway,
show.
this is a weird sidetrack. Back to the episode.
Yes. So, this is the 95th episode of Rescue Bots Overall, the 17th episode of Season 4, written by Kevin Burke and Chris Doc Wyatt.
The BotBots guys!
They are indeed the BotBots guys.
Yes! No wonder the dialogue is so good.
This is the third of three Rescue Bots episodes they wrote. The most recently seen in these parts in The Last of Morocco, the one in which Jules Verne takes Dr. Morocco back to future France.
Yes. To be friends. You know. Just pals. Like Magneto and Professor Xavier.
But of course they are favorites of mine because they wrote that episode of BotBots that heavily references the movie Chopping Mall.
Ooh,
BotBots.
I keep forgetting about that because I haven't watched BotBots
so
yet.
good.
I am sorry, I'm part of the problem.
I can hook you
I have
up.
a cat laying on my mouse.
Because it's just...
What the fuck did you just hit, Felix?
It's so good. It's such a good show. I'm so excited for us to get to it.
And once we get to it, of course, we're going to have to do Chopping Mall as our Patreon.
Yes!
Yes. I mean, I'd love to watch Chopping Mall again. That's got one of the quintessential exploding head shots.
Fantastic exploding heads.
Just gonna go to TFCon and be like, yeah, I've been involved in the fandom since the mid-90s, and I just want to be super obnoxious about BotBots right now.
So we open, and the Autobots have, or the Rescue Bots have fallen into a burning ring of fire, and it burned.
That ring of fire.
Yes, and
Well,
unfortunately,
it's when we first see the shot of it, it's more the hexagon of fire,
That's fair.
but they keep referring to it as this perfect circle, although it's like they've got defined edges.
I do feel like
it's not. It's just that they were listening to the band A Perfect Circle beforehand.
Oh. I can't imagine any... Okay, maybe Heatwave. Heatwave would listen to A Perfect Circle. None of the others.
But unfortunately, Heatwave's not going to be much help here. He doesn't have any water because he had to power wash Cade's girlfriend's driveway.
Yeah. Womp womp.
But indeed, what they can do is they sort of form like a human ladder or a robot ladder.
Well, it's like a cheerleader pyramid.
Yes.
And just chuck Heatwave over
So
the fire.
they can get out of there, get a fire hose. Because it turns out they are just in the danger room of the Rescue Bots training center.
Yes.
Well, that's easy to figure out since a lot of the shots show the ceiling of the room they're in outside. But it's not outside.
It did have very training vibes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, and also we've all been watching X-Men 97, so we're just all thinking Danger Room.
I am always thinking Danger Room.
When I was editing the episode, because I was editing it late because the life got in the way, I'd edited it after the first 3 episodes came out, and we kind of predicted the Inferno episode. like a lot. I was listening to it. It's like, oh yeah, that happened. Yeah, that happened. That kind of happened.
It's kind of how.
I guess the thing is, we probably didn't all expect it to happen in a single episode.
No, I expected at least a 2-parter.
You know, they've got 10 episodes and they got a lot to get through, so they are gonna just pound right through it.
Isn't it? Didn't they make 2 seasons of it?
Well, yes, but who knows when that second one's going to air?
Yes.
Okay, I know, but like, I would have assumed because of that like, okay, Inferno's going to be 2 episodes because you want to go to New York City at some point. Oh, they didn't. Okay, that's actually a good way to speed it up. But I was more annoyed that they left out some of the demons. But
they got to do the 80s in the first season, so that next season it's going to be like, I don't know, like Onslaught or Legacy Virus, and then
Operation Zero Tolerance.
Yeah, and then season 3 they can move on to like, I don't know, Quentin Quire.
Oh,
man, we're doing Grant Morrison stuff on this?
Yeah.
Incredible. Brace yourself for the Emma Frost discourse.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I do want Emma Frost in the show. She's in the opening. But.
Well, she was... she's in the Hellfire Club stuff.
Yeah, but then it's a... Well, no, she comes back as a teacher of the rival school... Whatever the fuck that was called.
Well, she was the teacher of the Hellions, but if we're doing the 90s, she was also the teacher of Generation X.
She sure was.
Yeah, she did eventually become...
Jubilee.
Man, they should... I mean, they've got Jubilee, they should 100% do Generation
X.
Yes.
Oh, and they can start out with Phalanx, which they kind of did Phalanx in the old...
They did the Phalanx?
But they didn't, they could do it again.
Yeah, they could do Phalanx.
Yeah,
I mean, that yeah, I'm trying to remember if that was the first appearance of the Phalanx or not. I mean, the Phalanx are just kind of... Warlocks people, and we did Warlock in that, and we kind of skipped over all the New Mutants.
Yeah, I know. I wish that they'd spin off the New Mutants. Anyway, we're talking about too much about this. We'll probably go back.
So also, this episode that does not have the New Mutants in it.
No.
So yeah, they're in the extremely toyetic training center, the place that did not get a toy.
Somehow.
No.
So, but we go from Danger Room to actual danger, as there is a Cybertronian ship that is about to crash right into them.
Yay! Peril! Time to start the episode.
And they have to remind us that, not all Cybertronians are friendly.
Yeah.
They give us a vague Cybertronians. They're not all friendly. They don't say the C word or D word.
The D word.
Decepticon, but...
Chase says that the fact that it's Cybertronian does not mean it is Autobot.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I just had some scary thoughts of Decepticons dropping in on the poor rescue bots.
Or, wait, when would this be in the comic run? Is this before or after Nails or a thing?
Wait, the comic?
After.
IDW.
This is 2016, so yeah, I think after.
Okay, so the concept of non-aligned Transformers did exist.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, well, it sort of always existed. But
yeah, it looks like... Okay, so that was the year in the comics that they were doing, that was when they transitioned over to the Lost Light series.
Okay.
And also we've got all that Revolution stuff with all the other Hasbro stuff.
Trying to get that Unit E going.
We tried really hard to make that happen.
Sad.
It did not happen. Anyway, so they're able to shoot enough foam on this thing to halt it from crashing. And it turns out the design of the ship, it looks a little familiar. As if we've seen it on another show.
Dun dun dun!
Well, to me, it just kind of looked like a wider white base painted black.
I guess it does kind of have white base vibes, but no.
Yeah.
White base?
Yeah, because it's got like the 2 prong thingies on the sides and a big chunk in the middle.
But no, indeed, it has got, and they've got a distress signal from it. But indeed, it cracks open, and it's got Bumblebee in it.
Yay! It's B episode.
B in a weird design, which is it's sort of more like the Evergreen design, kind of.
I mean, it's kind
of
of
the Evergreen and sort of movie.
And so they
it
think,
doesn't look like B from Robots in Disguise.
Right, and so they somebody radioed in, so obviously there must be somebody else because they didn't just hear a bunch of bleeps and bloops, but then, shock of all shocks, he's talking, and he's got the voice of Will Friedle.
Yay! He can talk now
because the timelines have aligned, and we are no longer in Prime. We are in Robots in Disguise, and indeed, this ship is a drift ship from also Robots in Disguise.
Okay.
I don't even remember what that looked like. I guess that looked like this.
Kind of like this.
I knew it looked like an RID model, so yeah.
So yeah, he's like, oh yeah, all sorts of stuff has happened. I have a new mission. I've got a bunch of disaster bisexuals I'm trying to ride herd over. And also I live in a dump.
It's literally a junkyard. Yeah, he's talking about how much nicer this place looks than his current base, which is literally a junkyard.
And and as you recall, Blades was his best buddy back in his
and his bleeps and bloops
back a couple seasons ago. But now Blades is being kind of weird.
Yeah,
this voice
and not
did
weird
not,
in the way that Blades is usually weird.
This voice did not match his headcanon, and he is not comfortable with it.
No.
Which is a thing we've presumably all experienced of having online friends, and then you hear them talk in person. It's like, that's not right.
Blades is not happy about any of this. It's like if a buddy you hadn't talked to for a while had like transitioned gender while they were gone, and they came back, and it's like, you didn't tell me. Why didn't you? Because it is very much like, you didn't tell me.
Yeah, because there's like a scene in the middle of the episode that really felt like that, about talking about your new voice.
Yes.
And it's different, and like, was that intentional, or is that just us in 2024 and having trans friends?
You know, this is a good question. And it'll be like 10th on my list of things that I could ask these two guys about if I run into them at a convention after all of the BotBots questions.
Did a dog just sneeze on a keyboard? What was that?
Sorry, that was the dog.
Okay, it was just a weird, like, it was like sneeze and keyboard somehow in the same noise. Anyway,
so yeah, they're giving him the grand tour here. He's
Dragon Ball GT.
Yes.
Yep.
Grand Tour. Well, I guess Grand Tour is also a thing with the Top Gear guys now. I'm really easy to distract tonight. Anyway.
And meanwhile, as you recall, this place is on the mainland, the part of Maine where there are palm trees.
It's somewhere on the east coast of the continental United States.
Yes.
Somewhere between Florida and Maine.
Yes.
That Blades can fly to, though.
Yeah, fly to in about less than an hour. It's like, I think it was half an hour.
So, it's definitely New England.
Yes, but
it should be, yes.
So while they're there, of course, they are not on Griffin Rock, which means that Salvage and Blur are in charge of rescue operations there.
Oh no, Blur, no.
And oh no, indeed.
It's kind of neat that like they swapped for this episode. It's like let them handle it.
I love some Salvage and Blur. They are.
Yeah.
I mean, they're terrible, but they're great.
Well, it's like Salvage is great. Blur on his own is kind of horrible, but in contrast to Salvage, it's like, yeah, Salvage is kind of weird too. He just wants to rebuild everything with junk.
He's well-meaning. He's just kind of an odd fellow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
like he's a high-functioning junkion. Sounds like a weird way to describe it, but
that's fair.
His tendencies are very junkion.
Yeah.
So they are attempting to get Mr. Pettypaws off a flagpole. Salvage has built a cativator.
Yes.
Yeah, which is like a cat, an oversized cat carrier on a giant fishing pole Because, of course, he has a giant fishing pole.
Yes.
I'll have to try this sometime.
And then Blur decides,
Oh my god! Like, okay, weird digression. Another digression, although it probably... There might be other things that would line up, but I just realized that in my brain, Salvage reminds me of Big the Cat from the Sonic games.
Yeah, I can see that.
Who's a big cat.
And fishes.
With the fishing pole. Which makes Blur Sonic, and that's perfect.
Yeah, that works.
It's like, but who's Knuckles? And my brain just stopped there. Anyway, I need to stop digressing.
So, and then Blur is impatient, so he decides, well, what if Mr. Pettypaws was in fear for his life?
Yeah, that wasn't good.
But it works.
Because he's up like a 30-foot flagpole or something?
Yeah, well, he always lands on his feet, though.
You really don't want to do that with cats.
Cats don't always land on their feet, although I think it is, like, above 2 stories they do better than, like, 1 story. Because they have time to rotate their body.
That's enough of cats in Deathsaurus's box. Sorry.
So, the chief is not thrilled and would kind of like everybody to get back as soon as possible. So
the chief is tired of babysitting the trainees.
Yes. So the Burns family goes back, but Cody stays behind with the bots, and so they're gonna show everybody. They're gonna show Bumblebee around. They're gonna go to that slot car track where they can shrink down and race.
Yes, important.
And then Boulder and lovable robot dog Servo are looking at Bumblebee's ship because they've got to fix it up because despite the foam, it crashed pretty hard.
Yeah, It is in pretty bad shape.
But then, appropriately enough for Easter, an egg falls off this thing.
An egg!
And hatches into an Energon eater.
You really gotta quarantine stuff coming back from space. I mean, we learned this in the Andromeda strain. And then we learned that Michael Crichton is bad at endings. Really gotta quarantine stuff coming from space.
Now, this is considerably smaller than the one that we encountered back in Unfinished Business.
Because it's a baby.
Yeah.
It's a hatchling.
It's facehugger size.
Yeah, well, Bulkhead does want to study it. He just tosses it in a pile with all the bits of the ship that have come off.
Yes. Because, it turns out Bumblebee ran into some meteors, and I guess the meteors were actually like the eggs of this thing.
That seems to be the case.
So it's kind of like a leech. It eats Energon, and pretty soon it is slimily scampering through the base's Jeffries tubes.
It knows, it is genre savvy. It knows where to go.
Yeah, so it's watching them for a little while, and eventually it does indeed latch onto Heatwave, just totally draining Energon and sending him into a robo-coma.
So there's the leader down.
Yeah. So Chase tries to help him. It gets Chase as well, and so now the whole team is panicked. It is a bug hunt, man. A bug hunt.
Game over, man. Game over.
So they're able to get the Elma Hedrickson hologram, who is running this command center, is no longer evil, or a child.
I did think for a second that Bumblebee was going to have to say Simon Says, but no, that was not what was going on. It just hadn't been programmed for his voice.
And so we go into lockdown, and we get a bit of a Jurassic Park homage when Cody is holding Servo as this monster sort of looks around a corner. It's rapidly getting bigger.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess due to the Energon that it's eating.
If it had gotten Servo, I was going to be sad.
Yes. So we check back in on the island where, once again, Servo and Blur are not helping.
No. They're
Not
trying.
quite.
They're helping with a capital H and a TM.
Yes.
Trying to direct traffic. Blur is encouraging people to speed. Blur wants to race Bumblebee.
So pretty quickly they lead it into the room of peril. as Danger Room is a registered trademark of Marvel Comics.
Yes. Of course.
And so they start taking into this maze area.
Yeah. Well, they had a raised maze thingy in the Danger Room that they... What, did they go in? No, they didn't go in before because the ship was crashing or whatever.
No, I think they mentioned that there was the maze, and we saw it, but they didn't actually go in it. So...
Oh, no, they were showing off the Bumblebee before chaos happened. Yeah.
So, unfortunately, this thing gets bolder. And leaving only Bumblebee and Blades to... and then, they sort of talk this out. How, Blades isn't quite getting that he's got all these new friends, and also he can talk now.
And that he didn't tell him about any of it, which,
yes.
I mean, as Bumblebee says, he was very busy. He was. He was very busy. I mean, being a police officer on Cybertron. And then, now that he's on Earth, he's got his hands full with the Disaster Bisexual Squad.
Yes.
They're so messy.
Yeah.
He wishes the kids he was dealing with now were as good as the rescue bots.
So they do find this thing. It's in the ducts, but they can't get to it because they're too big. So they're going to have to use this spaceship as bait. So they hide themselves around the landing pad and then wait for this thing to come. And then they use the foam cannon and a big net because you can never go wrong with a big net.
Yeah.
And they're able to load this thing into a stasis pod to do something with. I don't know what.
Bumblebee says he's gonna take it in, like he's arresting it, which is very R.I.D. Bumblebee, but also I'm not sure you want to do that with this. Also, once they talk things through, Blades declares them to be BumbleBlades, and that I may not be able to survive checking out that tag on AO3.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean,
I'm sure
it's
very sweet. But...
decent ship name as a name, but yeah, no.
I can't do Rescue Bots adult content.
No.
Okay.
Maybe Heatwave somebody, but no, nobody
Heatwave
else.
is closest to an adult, but it's a very cute ship name, and I appreciate that Blades gives them a ship name. Even if it's just a friendship name. I gotta see how many fics there are under that tag.
No.
I'm not gonna read them.
Oh, shit.
So anyway, they get everybody up and running again. The ship is up. The ship is working. So B is going to take off and go back to the junkyard he lives in. But he's
13 works in Blades and Bumblebee.
Oh no.
I regret to inform you.
And so B says, "You know what? You were one of these days. I'm going to bring you on a mission with my team." And he says, he's very excited about that until, of course, Heatwave reminds him that, what Bumblebee does, he's constantly chasing down weird animal guys. So, have fun with that, Blades.
Yeah. They don't drop the D word again, but they do. Yeah, he's like, this is the kind of stuff we deal with every day. Are you sure about that?
Stay tuned for a mere 3 episodes from now, though.
Yeah.
Oh?
Let's just say we haven't seen the last of Bumblebee.
Good.
Oh.
And perhaps we haven't seen the last of the cast of Robots in Disguise. So that is the end of Uninvited Guest. This is a reasonably fun one. It's a little bit of Robots in Disguise on Rescue Bots, and I appreciated that.
Yeah, and it was fun having Bumblebee talking. Man, I miss R.I.D. Bumblebee so much.
Yeah.
I just really like him as a character.
But not a ton going on in this episode. The Energon Eater is not a super interesting antagonist because it's just kind of a thing.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem to have any intelligence other than I want to suck Energon.
Yeah, I mean it's basically an animal.
Okay, actually, maybe it's more like 56 things under the Blades Bumblebee tag if it's parsed a little differently. So, enjoy. Can't do it. I'm terrible, but I got lines. I got lines to draw. Like, I'm sure we mentioned back when we were doing animated that when the Jet twins were first shown, everyone looked at me expectantly, and then they turn out to be like 12, and I'm like, nope.
Nope.
Absolutely not.
All right, so yeah, that does it for us for Rescue Bots this week. But that now brings us to Visionaries Quest.
Yes. So last time on Visionaries, because we have, and by we I mean Flint Dilley and the other people involved in writing Visionaries, have decided that every episode needs to end on a cliffhanger leading into the next episode. Leoric and the Spectral Knights have declared themselves to be lighting our darkest hour under the name of Spectral Knights, and then immediately got their prison cell flooded by the jailer who they were picking on. So, previously, everyone was captured and about to be killed in a flooded prison cell. So, meanwhile, upstairs at Castle Darkstorm, which I forget whether that's what it's called. Again, so much of this is like, you really gotta have reference. So, back at Castle Darkstorm, upstairs, now the Darkling Lords are having a Renfest dinner. Big ol' round a big wooden table, lots of turkey legs. However, they have declared that, well, mostly Kravex has decided that it's time to divide the booty that they took from the peasants of New Valoric. But Darkstorm is like, screw you guys, you clearly don't understand how feudalism works. I am the lord at the top of the food chain here. It's my booty. So Kravex is absolutely done with this. I will note that Kravex, I mentioned last time that Darkstorm is Chris Latta doing a actually absolutely normal voice. Kravex is not. Kravex is Chris Latta doing a Starscream voice. However, he is absolutely done, and this turns into a Renfest bar fight. He just starts fighting with everyone, especially Mortdred, who, as I mentioned before, is Jonathan Harris, and he is a big whiny bootlicker. So Kravex just starts punching everyone out because he's mad because he's not going to get any loot. So meanwhile, in the flooding prison cell, the bar fight will be relevant later. So meanwhile, in the prison cell, Arzon, who is the Spectral Knight who can turn into an eagle. He turns into an eagle and escapes with Leoric, who's their leader. They get upstairs. They run into some guards who are just very kind of like Renfest stormtroopers. So they've got armor that's sort of Renfesty, but also futuristic, and they're just all matching. So they run into some guards, and they say, "Hey, don't you hear the alarms? The prisoners have escaped," and then point back the way they came and get around the guards that way. So they manage to get the keys to the prison cell. So, meanwhile, they all manage to escape. The Spectral Knights are on the loose now, but they are in Castle Darkstorm. And Farrell does still need to get his totem back. His chesty hologram thing has been blank this whole time, so they go by the Dagger Assault. Meanwhile, at the Dagger Assault, Ektar manages to bluff the guards in a very clever way, because they're like, "Buddy, what are you doing with this thing you shouldn't be touching?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, it's a good bit." So they need to get past the actual Darkling Lords, but that's okay, because everyone is still fighting. Mortdred is trying his best to dodge punches while lecturing them on the importance of loyalty. Come on, cats. I got kittens knocking things off of my desk. And by things, I mean Deathsaurus's flail. Oops. So Darkstorm does see the Spectral Knights trying to escape. He tries to use the staves, but they need to be recharged by Merklin, so not much good there. So now the two of the Spectral Knights who did not previously have staves, which again is the plural of staff. It's important to be grammatically correct here. Feral and Ektar. Feral, again, being the one with the wolf totem. Ektar having a fox totem. So Feral finds a vehicle, which is called the Capture Chariot, and Ektar steals a vehicle that is called the Lancer Cycle. There's a big chase in all the vehicles. It's just chase, chase, chase in the vehicles, people turning into animals. It's a whole thing. So Leoric gets back to New Valoric and declares that the peasants are free. They've got the Darkling Lords captured because they won the fight with the vehicles. And, however, as I said last time, Merklin is an asshole. Their patron wizard guy. He just wants people to do. He's completely amoral. So he comes by and he slips Darkstorm a key. So, from there, we cut to Fantasy Jail, where the Darkling Lords are stamping out license plates.
What?
Except it's actually traffic signs, and they just say, no go. So one of them stamps an N, and one stamps an O. Also, they are doing this on a conveyor belt that is being operated by two pigs with, like, corn cobs dangled in front of them. It is amazing. Everybody's like, come on, this is terrible. Actually, okay, Rocky, you need to not rub up against the microphone when I'm talking.
Cats and dogs tonight. Oh, the chaos.
Yes, he is actively trying to disconnect my mic while I'm using it. Actually, let me make sure he has not done so. Nope, squiggles are still squiggling. Okay, back to my notes. So, they are in Fantasy Jail. Everybody's whining about it. Darkstorm is like, no, I'm not using the key yet. Let's wait till a better time to use the key. So, Leoric is going back to being mayor of this town. He is out in the fields talking to some peasants. The crops are not growing. They don't know why the crops are not growing. The water's good. Everything seems to be fine. They figure maybe it has something to do with the big change that also caused all the technology to stop working. So they decide they are going to go consult Merklin for help with the crops. Meanwhile, Darkstorm has decided that he's finally just sick of everybody whining. So he's like, okay, fine. I'm just going to use the key. Here you go. All he needs to do for that is hold it up and they all disappear, which is lampshaded because he's like, I don't even know what to do with this, and he holds it up and guess, oh, actually, I don't need to do anything. Ektar has decided to stay behind to guard everyone, so he is the one who discovers that they have escaped. He manages to catch up with the Spectral Knights just in time for the Spectral Knights to get ambushed by the Darkling Lords. They fight. Ektar caught up to warn them, and now he feels bad, but nobody really comes out on top in the fight, and everybody ends up at Merklin's shrine at the same time. Because the Darkling Lords, again, still need to recharge the staves, and Leoric's people want to actually help their peasants, because they're good feudal people. Merklin is like, okay, now, the whole point of this magic thing was that I need you guys to do things for me sometimes, and the magic is just my payment for you occasionally running my crazy wizard errands. So you need to bring me this thing called the Dragon's Eye. And he lets them top up the staves, but he's like, you need to find me the Dragon's Eye. The Spectral Knights are like, okay. The Darkling Lords are like, no. And they try to use everything against Merklin, which goes about as well as you expect. So one of the totem creatures from the stave says, I cannot attack the holder of the orb, because Merklin spends all of his time pondering his orb.
Yes.
So the Spectral Knights get to where they were told to go to find this item. It is literally in an old industrial complex, which they describe as such. They're like, this is just an old industrial complex. So they are, one of them, the Darkling Lords catch up with them, tries to use the Destruction Staff, which is distracted by a giant Catman beast that comes out of the industrial complex. Sure. So that's the thing.
They just have wandering cat monster. What is it, the Displacer beast or something?
So all electricity stops working. Where did the Catman come from?
Yeah, what the heck?
And it's a giant Catman. It's not like normal Catman size. It's like as big as the Destruction Totem, which, again, in the last episode, tore down a castle wall.
Well, this is not Earth, so it might be a native creature to the planet, but still, that's weird.
It's a lot of questions. So they finally find the Dragon's Eye, which is in the staff of this extremely wizard-ass wizard named Falkama. He is a slightly different wizard in that he actually has like a hood that like has a V in the front, but he's also just this extremely wizard-ass wizard. However, he is in something that they call a techno-dragon, but is clearly some kind of Zoid thing. So he is in the head/cockpit of this Zoid thing. He's got a staff. The staff has the Dragon's Eye. The Spectral Knights and the Darkling Lords all team up to fight him. They win against his Zoid thingy. To get away, he throws the staff, so everybody just chases the staff. So the Spectral Knights go back to Merklin with the Dragon's Eye. But they say, okay, we have this thing you want. We are now in a position to bargain with you. So we, in addition to getting our staves recharged, we also actually want to help our peasants. So can you do that for us? And he's like, okay, but don't tell the Darkling Lords. The Darkling Lords, however, as it turns out, have the other wizard. So they are just going to go stash him in a prison cell somewhere and be like, we have this other wizard who does not have powers quite as mighty as our orb buddy, but still, he's another wizard-ass wizard. The Spectral Knights go back to their peasants. They've got some magic seeds. They plant them, and now there is a magical orchard. Everybody's got food. Everybody can go back to having their Renfest parties. The end of the episode. So yes, that was the episode, Quest for the Dragon's Eye. I really, really loved Fantasy Jail. They're making license plates.
So I'm curious. So, like, this whole end of civilization, rise of magic thing, that happened, like, super recently. Like, enough that these, like, our characters all had, like, regular-ass jobs.
Yeah, wasn't it, like, 5 years or something in the first episode they mentioned?
Like, I want to say that the lady bad guy was a newscaster or something?
Yeah, they don't actually give the number of years, but there are, like, 3 characters in the beginning who are clearly characters later on because they have exactly the same voice, and not just in the sense that, like, oh, it's also Neil Ross again, but, like, exactly the same.
Yeah, it was like a newscaster, a construction worker, and somebody else.
Some pilot, I think. So which I guess would map to Recon.
So what I'm wondering is, where did these wizards come from?
These are very important questions, and we get some more wizard fun later in the season. There is an episode coming up and a few more called The Overthrow of Merklin that is extremely fun, and I'm really looking forward to getting to that one. But yeah, they're just, I don't know, like, civilization collapsed, and these guys were just like, I'm gonna be a wizard.
The wizard already lived on the planet, maybe? I don't know.
I'm gonna sit around pondering my orb. It's gonna be...
He transported there from Thundar the Barbarian.
Yes.
Which is basically what this show is.
Of course, with Thundar the Barbarian, that was like centuries, right?
Yeah. It was a longer time, yeah. It was like people forgot.
Enough time that, like, civilization, there was, like, relics that we don't know anything about, and also, somehow we got, like, Ukla the Bok from something.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
So yes,
these crazy monsters and things.
These are important questions that are never quite answered.
That makes sense.
Well, it's basically isekaiing an entire planet.
Yes.
It's the reverse isekai where the fantasy comes to you.
Yes.
Which, there probably is a term for that, because that does happen every once in a while where, like, fantasy characters end up on Earth, but usually it's, like, come through a portal or something, ended up as, like, grocery store clerks.
Well, it should be isekai backwards, which would be
Iakasi.
Iakasi.
Iakasi. Sure. Well, no, Japanese thing, it would be swapping the syllables around, not the spelling.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So kaisei, something like that.
Isekai is in the
Kaisei.
Oxford English Dictionary now.
Yeah.
It is one of the 20-some Japanese words that have been added, most of which are related to food, but...
Oh, yeah. Umami. I just thought anyway, we're done for the week.
All right. So,
And we've run over into our Monster Dawn watch.
yes, that is it for this week. We'll be back next week with more Robots in Disguise, including a special, not a special Transformers guest star, but a special guest star from the world of comedy.
Ooh.
Jason Mantzoukas?
No, you may know her from The Daily Show or
Okay, that doesn't narrow
What
down
We
a
Do
lot.
in the Shadows.
Oh, this is exciting. I'm looking forward to this.
Or Flight of the Conchords, or Bob's Burgers.
Kristen Shaw?
It is indeed Kristen Shaw.
Yay. Wow. I didn't get it until Bob's Burgers was like, wait, that narrows it down.
Oh, that's exciting.
She is a hoot.
Yay.
And it's next episode. It's like Ernest Goes to Camp, but it's Cody Goes to Camp,
Oh,
and also Blades Goes to Camp.
of course.
Good.
But until then, you can find us all over the internet. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Mastodon, and we have a Patreon.
Yes, we are hosted on iaconunderground.net, where we are set up with a Patreon to help with hosting and other expenses. That is at patreon.com/iaconunderground. For the month of April, we are celebrating 420 by just saying no with Cartoon All-Stars to the rescue. We have not yet recorded it, so I cannot say how much fun it's going to be, except that I know it is going to be a lot of fun, because it is like Cartoon All-Stars to the rescue.
Oh.
So I look forward to having a long discussion about Nancy Reagan with everyone.
Complaining about Reagan. That'll be an hour long at least.
It's the other Reagan we're complaining about this time.
Yeah. Well, it's a package deal.
Well, I mean, yes, they are married. Were dead now.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, yes, look forward to that on our Patreon, patreon.com/iaconunderground. That starts for as little as $1 a month.
All right. So until next time, I'm Rob.
I'm Jen.
And I'm not a throat goat. Go to our Discord. I'm David.
All right.